Hi guys, welcome back to another day with Keyana Renee. Let me just start off by saying I know I look a mess. It's just been so much going on and I try to be presentable for you guys, but as you can see, I'm currently in the bed. I could not even get out my bed the last 2 days, but I'm gonna get into all of that. I wanted to stay and keep you guys updated on everything that's going on with this journey. Honestly, I was gonna make like a whole diary of my IVF journey and everything because I did not want it to be long. I know this video is probably gonna be a little lengthy because I have so much to update you guys on, because this cycle, it has been a roller coaster, honestly. So let me just get that out the way, and I'm sorry, my neighbors are outside my window, but let me just get this out the way and just go ahead and just update you guys from the beginning. So it is currently today is April 13th 2021. So I did do a video on my ERA. I don't think that I updated you guys with the results. So they did come back receptive, and I hope I'm saying that right. So with that, my results came back fine. So basically, with all the medication that I took, it was perfect. Like if I would have transferred that cycle, it would have been a perfect time to transfer. So I didn't need any extra progesterone or any less. Normally with that, people with those results, people are a little, it's frustrating because it's like I went through all of this and there's still nothing, no different results. For me, it's a little different. I kind of wanted those results because that lets me know that one, my cycle, what they had me on was correct. Two, this is a new clinic that I'm at right now. So I did do IVF, as you guys know, a couple times with a different clinic, and my protocol was totally different. So I took way less progesterone with my last clinic, all cycles, and all failed. So this let me know that more than likely I wasn't getting enough progesterone when I did my ERA. So with this saying that everything was fine, that I was at the perfect amount, kind of lets me know I didn't have enough last cycle. So that was the ERA. That was in January. And then I was supposed to start my retrieval prepping and everything in February, I think. But my ERA, the results took so long to come back. And then when they came back, they told me that I had to pay $800 out of pocket, just like out the blue. Like my doctor did not tell me that. So that kind of like held up my results, and I didn't know that. Like I didn't know I had to pay any. I thought my insurance was taking care of it. And then I just randomly got a call like, hey, we need $800 to give you your results. So I had to pay that, and I was like kind of like out the blue. And I thank God that I had it, because that's kind of irritating, but that's neither here nor there. So we went ahead and paid that, and then we had to get cleared through our clinic. Now this was the longest part. They kept going back and forth telling me that you know, they were waiting on my insurance to clear the pre-authorizations and all of that, and it was just kind of back and forth. And I'm just like, okay, what is taking so long? Because I've already done IVF. Although my insurance didn't cover, I did out of pocket, they did cover the medication, and that's what they were trying to get clear. So I'm like, what is going on? So that took like almost a month, and then they finally got it clear. But they did tell me like, you know, we'll let you know if you have any financial responsibilities or anything like that. So they never let me know, so I thought I was fine with that. Couldn't find out last minute they told me I had to pay $2,000. So it's just like, guys, can you not just give me a heads up? You know, it's a couple days, please. But so we ended up paying that, getting that out the way, and then we started going into our cycle for our frozen embryo transfer, which was started the end of March. So I got my medication ordered, and we started prepping for that. I'm gonna insert some clips of the shots and all that stuff like that, you know, in between, so you guys can see that. And this stuff burns like kind of bad. But like my previous cycles, I didn't use Citritize, so it comes in this little, I don't know if you can see it, but probably not. There it goes. It's just powder. And then there's pre-filled syringe with just like the water based, and then 2 needles. It is starting to burn. Because like I said, I was gonna do a diary, but all this back and forth, it just got a mess. And I honestly didn't know when we were gonna start. But anyway, so we ordered the medication. And now with my previous cycles, I never took the medication more than 7 days, I would say. So I was on the lowest dose, like lowest dose, took it for about 7 days, and then they did my retrieval. But I never, like, it never worked, obviously. So this cycle, I was on the highest dose, and I'm just thinking like, oh God, like they started me on the highest dose. Like they didn't like start me low and then bring me up, which most times that's what they do. And then I'm just gonna pinch. It's always so hard because this stuff hurts. And this medicine burned so bad. So I got worried after like 5 days, and I didn't really. I'm running out of spots to where it does not hurt. Cause my stomach, it hurts, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna try to squeeze it hard. And just go in. Have any follicles that were growing, so I was just like, oh man, like, you know, why my body is not responding to this now. You know, I started thinking about everything like you know, I'm older now, like what, you know, this is another hiccup that's we have to go through. So again, it wasn't responding. And with my new clinic, they bring you in every other day to give you a blood test and an ultrasound. So by day 6 of being on the medication, nothing. Like, I mean, I had follicles, but they were like really small, you know, nothing that they could work with. So they were like, you know, okay, we need you to, you know, just keep coming in or whatever, and just stay on medicine. You may be on it longer than what you expect. I'm like, okay. So by day 9, which was a Thursday, I like called my clinic like, hey, I only have 3 more days worth of medication, and it's on the weekend. I'm afraid that if I have to, like, if they don't trigger me this weekend, I'm gonna have to order more medication. It may not be here in time. I was like, so should I just go ahead and order more? They were like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, just go ahead and order the medication, and then, you know, we'll see. But just so you know, you may have medication that you're not using, so you may be paying, you know, for something that you're not using. So I'm like, okay, I'd rather be safe than sorry. That was another hiccup. So I called my insurance, and they were like, to get the medication, like, hey, my doctor called in medication, you know, I need to get this out ASAP, because it's by this time it's a Friday. So I'm like, I need it by Sunday, because I don't have this medication and I have to take it Sunday. So they were like, no, I called them Thursday, and they were like, oh, are you paying out of pocket? And I'm like, no, my insurance is covering this. And they're like, was coming up out of pocket. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't afford this out of pocket, you know. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? Because so they're like, you have an out of pocket max. I knew that was not right because I got all this together way before I even started. And so I'm like, okay, what is my out of pocket max? And they were like $5,000. And I'm like, I know it's not true because I just ordered medication 2 weeks ago that was well over $5,000. And that's what I said. I was like, so what do you get? She was like, oh yeah, like the medication you ordered 2 weeks ago was like $30,000. And I'm like, okay, if I have an out of pocket max, what are you gonna do with the other $25,000? Are you guys gonna try to bill me for that? She's like, I don't know what they're gonna do. You need to call your insurance. So I'm like, okay. I don't want to deal with that day. I didn't want to stress out because I'm like, you know, I don't want to lose the follicles that I have, like being stressed. So I waited until Friday, called them. Good thing that I did that. They re-ran it and I only had to pay like a $50 copay for each medicine. So I'm like, okay, you know, so got that ordered. Went in because by this time, after my 9th check, they started bringing me in every day instead of every other day. So I went in on a Friday and they were like, yeah, you know, you have some follicles. And I'm just like, you know, can you feel it? I'm like, yes. Like now I can actually feel them. Like I have so much pressure down there. So she's like, okay. So they called me Saturday. I went in again Saturday morning. They called me Saturday like, okay, you know, you're good to go. You know, we don't think that we're gonna get anything else. So we're just gonna go ahead and trigger you tonight. And so, and when I say trigger, if you don't know, it's a shot that you take to get your follicles, the ones that's ready to, you know, try to mature them so they can take them. So they triggered me on Saturday, and then I went in yesterday, which was Monday, for the retrieval. Now, my previous retrieval, it was not like this. So this time, I went in yesterday, and then yesterday and today, it was just pain. Like
Yeah, I'm going to take your temperature, okay? So lift your arm right here.
I remember my last two, the first day it was pain, but the second day, you know, I was fine. I went back to work both times. This time I had to call into work today. And then yesterday I was already off because I ended up taking off. So, and I'm still in pain. Like, it's so much pressure when I walk. It's just so much pressure. Like, oh my God. So it's way different. And then the second, I've had 3 retrievals. My second retrieval, I got OHSS, which is just like excess fluid when they're trying to get the eggs, and that was rough. But this time I did not have that, and it was it was worse than both of the two. So I don't know. So anyways, I did that. They were able to get this time 21 eggs, which I was so excited for, but I knew from the past not to get too excited because a lot of times that don't mean anything. So they got 21 eggs, and then I got a call today and they told me that out of the 21, they didn't give me like a breakdown like my last clinic. You know, they gave me a breakdown like they got this many eggs, this many fertilized, this many were watching to freeze or whatever. My clinic only freeze, excuse me, blast, so 5 days embryos. That's it. They don't freeze anything else. So they called me today and was like, you know, you have 7 that we're gonna freeze on day 5. I'm kind of waiting until Friday to kind of get the whole breakdown, but I'm hoping that those 7 make it to day 5, because it's not guaranteed that they will. But if those 7 make it to blast to day 5, I'm perfectly fine, because I didn't want a whole bunch of embryos, because obviously we're not gonna have 12, 13 kids, 20 kids, 21. So I'm happy that we didn't get this extreme amount, because then we would have to figure out what we were gonna do with them, like discard them and stuff like that. So I'm kind of happy, you know, that we did get 7. I'm just praying that the 7 make it to day 5. We are gonna be transferring 2 at a time, and then we are gonna freeze them, and we're gonna transfer in May. So after my next period, we'll start prepping for a frozen embryo transfer. I'll find out on Friday how many actually made it to Friday. That's where we're at right now. I did have to take a COVID test prior to this, and it was a mess. Like, I've had a COVID test before, but I really felt like this lady literally flew over the cuckoo nest. Like, I have never had the experience that I had with this one. So my clinic did tell me, like, if you decline it, we won't do the retrieval. So I was like, okay, I have to get it done. But I was thinking, like, okay, I've had a COVID test before, it was not that bad at all. So I wasn't worried about it. I'm just like, you know, we're gonna go do this COVID test and be on the way. And only I had to do it. My husband did not have to do it. So I pulled up. It was like in a drive-thru. She's like, you know, face me, tilt your head up to the ceiling. And she was like, you know, this test may be a little different. She did prepare me. I will honestly say that. She's like, tip your head up, and, you know, we're gonna go back. You're gonna tear up a little bit, because she's like, I don't know if you had this test before where you like tear up, because we have to go back a little far. And I'm like, no, never had this test, because the other one I did not tear up like that. And so she was like, okay, well, yeah, we're gonna try to hurry up and get it done. When I say it felt like, I don't know, something was in my nose for like I don't know, a week straight. Like, I'm just thinking, like, okay, it feels like I've been sniffing stuff that I'm not supposed to be sniffing. Like, this is just like ridiculous. But I didn't like it at all. Like, it was awful. But I got that out the way. And then another thing is, when I got my retrieval done, I've never had, this is my mom calling, I know she's gonna call me, but I've never had, like, every time they try to get my blood to give me an IV, they have problems. So I just knew, like, I was like, oh, she's gonna have problems, you know. And I wasn't able to drink nothing like the day before. Usually I drink like all day so I can try to prepare for it. But, you know, when you have surgery, you have to stop drinking after a certain amount of time. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's gonna have so many problems. So she was like, feeling all in here and up here and up here. And I'm just like, she's not gonna get it. But I seen her with the shot, and I'm like, what is she doing with that? But she ended up like shooting me, like, okay, we're gonna numb you. So she numbed my skin. Then the needle, it was like the thickest needle I've ever seen with them trying to do IV. So I was literally about to pass out, like, oh my god, you know. But I didn't feel her stick me. I felt the pinch, obviously, when she numbed me, but I didn't feel anything after that. And I'm like, what is that? And she was like, oh, it's a anesthesia trick or whatever. And I'm like, well, they need to do that all the time, because they be having so many problems, and they be running that needle all through my arm, and that stuff hurt. But it was pretty cool. Like, I mean, everything went good. Like I said, now I'm just like real nauseous. I've been nauseous yesterday, today. Like, I've been trying to eat and drink Gatorade and stuff, because I don't want to end up getting OHSS, because sometimes you can develop it afterwards. So I've been trying to do that, trying to keep myself hydrated, and just been in bed. Like I said, when I walk, I literally got up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, showered, and got back into bed. Like, literally has been my day. Yesterday I stayed in bed all day yesterday. But yeah, I'm just waiting on the results. I will give you guys an update on Friday, because I'm gonna go ahead and get this video edited and get it out to you guys, because like I said, it's been a freaking month since I've done a video, and I was trying to like not wait that long and just get everything together, but like I said, it's been so back and forth. I honestly didn't know when this was gonna happen, because it's just been so much going on. And then I haven't been out the house or doing anything, because when I took the COVID test, I had to quarantine so I don't get COVID in the mix of it. So yeah, it's just been a mess, guys, but I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I'm gonna get this video edited, get it out there to you guys, and then Friday I'll do another update and let you guys know how many babies we have, and then I'll give you guys an update. Anyways, I'll do some more videos or whatever, and then I'll update you when we do our frozen embryo transfer, which I'm so excited for. They're trying to make me wait till June. That's not gonna happen. Like, I'm adamant about that. Like, we're doing this in May. I've been waiting too long. Yes, I will update you guys. It's not as long as I thought it was gonna be, but I think that's all I have for you. Like I said, I'm gonna insert some videos or some clips of the shots that I had to take, and my trigger shot was different this time, because last time I took it in my stomach. This time, this clinic had me, it was like a progesterone shot. Like, if you're going through IVF, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. It was not the little tiny needle to go in your belly. It was like the long needle to go in your butt. I didn't get to capture that, because honestly, I had to take it at 10 o'clock, and I end up at night, and I end up going to sleep, of course. And I didn't wake up till like 9:45, so I had to like wash my hands and try to prepare for it. So I didn't have time to grab the camera. My husband was knocked out. So yeah, I told y'all, I've been all over the place these last 2 months, like trying to get everything together and stuff. But yeah, that's it. I don't think I have anything. Like, now I'm just like rambling, but I will definitely update you guys, and I will see you in the next video. I did order this shirt off of Amazon. It's so cute. It says IVF. I know you probably can't see it, but it says IVF because giving up was not an option, and I honestly feel definitely that way. It's not an option for me. I'm gonna fight until I can't fight anymore. But yeah, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay hydrated, drink your water, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.